It has finally happened, though. It has happened. Peter Obi has finally joined Buhari party. He is now hobnobbing with Buhari boys. Malami. The same Malami you know, yes, that put Nnamdi Kanu where he is today. He is now hobnobbing with them in the name of coalition. Also, Nasiru El-Rufai, former Kaduna State governor, that you know what happened and his role he played in southern Kaduna, and the Fulani herdsmen there, the accusations against him. Peter Obi is now hobnobbing with that one too. And remember that two of them had issues last election, back and forth they had. And look at now, they have now come together, now decide to love themselves overnight in this coalition. These are Buhari boys. Calm down. What of Abubakar Sadiq, former Air Force Chief of Staff under Buhari, during those Air Force, bombing in Imo State? Him and Boratai, these two people work hand in hand against Nnamdi Kanu. He is in that coalition. Are you seeing what I'm telling you? No, see. Some of you now will be saying, some Peter Obi supporters watching me now will be heartbroken. But am I lying? Please, no, bros. No, brother. No, wait. Am I lying? What I said now, is there any way I lied? Because there's a saying that if you say the truth, you will buy. If you don't say it, you will still buy. These people that Peter Obi is now hobnobbing with are all Buhari, Fulani, Buhari supporters. Enablers of the evil that happened to Igbos and Christians are the same people that Peter Obi has decided overnight to wash their sins away and join them. There's a saying that says, show me your friend and I'll tell you who you are. This coalition is not about the people, has never been about the people. It's about people who just want to find their way to power and can do anything, befriend anybody to get to that power they want to be. End of the day, Nigeria can never change from being what it is, as Nnamdi Kanu always put it, a zoo. Okay, now you have decided to work with them. If you think that by any means this coalition now is going to yield any fruit, think again. Because you might be saying, okay, let them give Obi tickets. Let them give Obi tickets. Any ticket given to Obi is going to come with very, very stringent agreements with the Fulani who have occupied that ADC already. That is why you see they are in the forefront of that party now. They are the ones. So anybody that giving ticket, you must sign that you cannot touch the Fulani herdsmen. You see the problem? You cannot stop the killings going on in the country. You cannot do anything about that. That is exactly what Obi is going to sign there. Because there is an agenda, of course, against this country. An agenda to take over. And now Obi has going to join people who are the, I'll call it, leaders. Enablers of these terrorists going on in this country. And now you're telling me Obi has joined. Obi is moving forward. Obi this, Obi that. At least you are now sure, certain, that under Peter Obi in this ADC, a new Nigeria is no longer possible. That one is certain. There are a lot of things I want to set straight with this video. But first of all, let me read out a list of the people in this coalition. And when I read out that list of people who are in the coalition, I will also give you a list of people who have been fighting each other, who don't see eye to eye on a normal day, who don't have the same ideology, who don't have the same mindset, who have been attacking themselves for years But all of a sudden, when it's about Abuja money and power and position, they overnight become friends. When they tell people to stop fighting for politicians, Nigerians will never hear. Nigerians do not listen. Stop fighting for politicians. You people will not hear. You go online insulting yourself. Look at them now. In one chair, in one table, hugging hands. Here are a list of people who are in the coalition. That is, people who is who. Number one, you have Atiku Abubakar, who is the former vice president of Nigeria under the PDP. Then you have Peter Obi, of course, you know him, former Anambra State governor, you know. Then you have Nasiru El-Rufai, former Kaduna State governor. You also have Rotimi Amechi, former Rivers State governor. Then you have David Mark, Senator David Mark, former Senate president, who they say is now the chairman of the ADC. Okay. Now you have Rauf Aregbesola, ex-Osun State governor. They say he's now the ADC secretary. Okay. Then you have Abubakar Malami himself. And you know, anywhere Malami is, Buhari is there. You cannot separate Malami from Buhari. They are one and the same. He is the ex-Attorney General under Buhari. Then you have John Odigie Oyegun, former APC chairman. You have Dino Melaye. You have Solomon Dalong. You have Dele Momodu. You have Gabriel Suswan. You have Ireti Kingibe. You have Emeka Ihedioha. You have Sadiq Abubakar, the Air Force man bombing Imo State. You have Jibril Abindo. You have Victor Ume. These are the big wigs. Amongst other lesser people, these ones are the popular names that you all know who are spearheading this coalition. Okay, no problem. Let me now show you that this coalition is a bed of strange fellows who have decided to come together for the good of themselves. Listen to this one by one. Peter Obi and El-Rufai are in this party. But Peter Obi and El-Rufai have been fighting each other for years. Listen to this. El-Rufai mocked Peter Obi publicly during election 2023 campaign. He ridiculed the Labour Party as an Instagram movement. El-Rufai tweeted that Peter Obi will not win 2% in the north. On the other way, Obi supporters called El-Rufai a religious extremist who defended Fulani herdsmen killings in southern Kaduna. But now, both men appeared side by side during this coalition, holding hands. Woga, what changed? Suddenly, what changed? Have the issues been addressed? The issues you brought up against yourselves, has it been addressed? So what is this coalition for? Coalition is the coming together of like minds. Should be the coming together of like minds. Not enemies. Not people that don't have the same ideology coming together. Let's go on. Number two, Atiku Abubakar and Rotimi Amechi. These two people are in this coalition hugging themselves, but these two people almost slaughtered each other a few months ago. Listen very carefully. In the past, Amechi once accused Atiku of being a political merchant who jumps ship for personal gain. Atiku's camp saw Amechi as a Tinubu errand boy and loud APC stooge. In 2019 and 2023, Amechi openly campaigned against Atiku, calling PDP a disaster Nigeria should never ever return to. But what happened? Both men are smiling together in photograph in the ADC meeting, not because they believe in the one Nigeria, but because they want to remove Tinubu and install themselves and continue from where Tinubu stopped. Simple and short. Amechi hasn't even given account of what he did under Buhari. This is a Buhari boy. transport minister that couldn't even build even railway line in the southeast. He was building railway line in the whole Nigeria and refused to add a standard gauge in the southeast, a new railway line, or even cut across the southeast. Under Amechi, southeast was cut off from anything that has to do with transportation contracts. Okay, that aside, look at how you and Atiku are fighting over the years. Insulting yourself. All of a sudden now, you now love yourself. That is a fake love. Any foundation built on lies can never stand. You people are not friends. Leave all these things you are doing in that coalition. Fake. Number 3. Dino Melaye and Rauf Aregbesola. In the past, Dino Melaye called APC a satanic party and once accused Aregbesola government in Osun State of turning youths into touts. Aregbesola, a Tinubu loyalist in the past, who has turned to be a rebel, dismissed senators, including Dino Melaye, as clowns with no vision. But now, Aregbesola is the ADC secretary, and Dino sat comfortably. In fact, Dino even introduced Aregbesola during the meeting they had, and they looked very cozy, enjoying themselves. What happened to all that fire? All the fire is extinguished now because of the targets, Abuja money. Am I lying? No, am I lying? Because in this channel, all we do is to expose the truth, fight for the justice and for the freedom of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Because all this coalition people are doing is for your personal gain. It's not for the people or to save Nigeria as you are saying. Leave it. We are not stupid. It's not today. Number 4, Abubakar Malami and Peter Obi. Obi's Labour Party campaign accused Malami of enabling electoral fraud, protecting Fulani herdsmen, weaponizing the courts. In fact, Obedience saw Malami as part of the cabal they were fighting to rescue Nigeria from. But now, both men were seen together at the ADC coalition unveiling. And both men have been snapping pictures, being cozy for the past few weeks. Apparently, the lust for power has united all of them. Am I lying? Is that not ADC members? How are they uniting all of a sudden? How do they come together? What is the unity? What is the ideology? Every coalition must have an ideology. You say your ideology is because of Nigeria. When did you start loving Nigerians? When? When did Nigerian politicians start loving the people overnight? This love is very strange. Because there are people in that ADC now, that new party, that coalition, that were members of the APC in the past and the PDP in the past. Why did they not love Nigeria then? Why are they looking for another platform now to love Nigeria? It's very strange. I'm surprised. This kind love I never see. This kind of love I never see. Let's go on. Now, the 5th one is Dele Momodu and Nasiru El-Rufai. These two people know they see eye to eye. Dele Momodu once published editorials exposing El-Rufai's extremist tendencies, especially his 2020 comments implying revenge attacks in southern Kaduna. El-Rufai ignored Dele as a media merchant chasing clout. But now, both are now allies under the ADC roof. Dele providing the media polish of the party, while El-Rufai providing northern spread. Nnamdi Kanu called this a zoo republic and a zoo character. Is this the coalition that Peter Obi has suddenly found himself in? Is this the coalition that is going to save Nigeria? It's clear. Anything Peter Obi is doing in this coalition is going to be under the directive and the orders of the Fulani backers and also CPC Buhari boys. because he has finally ganged up with the Buhari boys. Why all this touches me most is because it is these same Buhari boys that puts Nnamdi Kanu where he is today. It is these Buhari boys, CPC boys, that ganged up together. Even El-Rufai, even Malami, Buratai, Abubakar, all of them ganged up together and put Nnamdi Kanu in the dungeon. These are the people Peter Obi has decided to form a coalition with, to be in the same bed with, and to work with. Now, when last did the coalition actually come together against Fulani herdsmen attacks, against terrorism attacks, against killings in Plateau and Benue? When last did they sit down and say, let us form a united front? We Nigerian leaders, let us come together and form a union or a group that will be pressing for these killings to end. When did they do that? Why didn't this coalition come together when over 100, 200,000 people have been killed over the years? Is the human life not sufficient enough for an emergency like this? The way this coalition is running up and down, meeting every day, discussing every day, it looks as if there's an emergency. There is something that they are in a haste for. They are in a haste for their personal political careers, their personal lives. There is no haste for the ordinary man. There is no haste for even the release of Nnamdi Kanu. There is no haste for anything. People are suffering. But there's a haste to align, realign. They are even in a haste to forgive each other, to work together for their own money and power. And yet, when there's a bomb blast here, or a bomb blast there, how many of them there even release statements to condemn it? So like I said, you can do whatever you want to do with your lives. That is not my business. So I just wanted to expose some things in this video to show people how Nigerians keeps on reinventing themselves in any political cycle. They keep on reinventing each other, whitewashing themselves like a snake removing its scales, pretending to love the people. End of the day, they go back to where it was. Peter Obi, have you now seen that with these people, that new Nigeria that you want can never, ever be possible? It can't. But unfortunately, who am I to tell you what to do? Your coalition should also put it in their agenda to press for the release of Nnamdi Kanu. Now I beg for this one. Put them for your agenda in your meeting. Because we need that man needs to come out. He has been there for long. Tell me what you think about this coalition and how these Buhari boys that put Nnamdi Kanu in the dungeon are now coming out to form a new party with Peter Obi and now claiming to want to save Nigeria together with him. How does that make any sense? Tell me what you think in the comment section. To all my viewers around the world, thank you very much for watching. I've been your host, G. Nay, do. Till I see you next video. Peace.